Hi, hi, hi! Hello, hello, hello! Wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Hi! Hello, hello! How are we all doing this lovely evening? Yumi Sensei, hello teacher, hello, hello, hello! Come in, take a seat. Teach us, Yumi Sensei. I am ready to teach you about haunted locations. I've got some good ones. I tried not to go for all the super popular ones. So there will be a few popular ones, but I try to go for some more obscure ones too. How are you doing today? I am suffering. But hello, hello! Dude, my leg's completely messed up. I don't know. I couldn't sleep last night. I was in so much pain. How much is Zach involved? I refused to look up the locations Zach had gone to, but I actually know of a handful that he has been to, and I'm upset about it. He's everywhere! I can't get rid of this man! Very excited for this lesson. I hope I can recognize the places you show us. I hope so too! There's some good ones. The teacher is heavy on painkillers. No, I mean kind of a little bit. How is your leg? Not good, not good, not good. I couldn't sleep because I was in so much pain. And I had to sleep on my back with my leg propped up on pillows to ease the pain. So I didn't get much sleep. And when I woke up in the morning and I got out of bed, which was difficult, I looked down and like my entire leg has swollen from like the hip all the way down to my ankle. So I think I did some damage there. So I'm gonna give it a couple of days and then try and get in to see a doctor, because it's gonna take like a couple of weeks to get a doctor's appointment anyway. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you. It hurts a lot. Even sitting hurts now. So I've been like lying in bed for a bit, then getting up to do some more work, then lying in bed, and then getting up to do some more work. Because I'm like, let me just try. And you didn't put ice on it? I can't put ice on it. So it hurts at the hip joint, not just like my hip joint. Like I can't reach it. I did put some deep heat cream on. It didn't really do anything, but I can't really like touch it. Like I can't get to that spot anyway. What caused the problem with your hip anyway? I don't know. I just stepped off a curb funny and I don't know. It was just extremely painful, and then I don't know. It was weird. You can't put pressure on? Well, I can put body weight on it. It's just the action of like, you know, when your joint has to like move and rotate, that's when it hurts. But I can like limp around. But like swinging my leg to take a step is what hurts. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I'll give it a couple days and see how I feel. So I will try and keep this short and sweet. So I can go lie down again because it's hurting. Check some therapeutic stretches out. Yeah, I can't move my leg like that. I can't move my leg like that right now. So when it feels a little bit better, I'll try and get my, I don't know, my flexibility up. I thought I was pretty flexible. Maybe not. You know, I'm kind of thankful I only mess up my ankles. Well, yeah, usually that's what happens. So I don't know what happened to me. Joint probably got hurt. That's what it feels like. Recommend ibuprofen. I've had some Nurofen this morning, and then I had some codeine, so I'm doing okay. Make sure you stretch, Yumi. I can't move it. You brought me an apple for the class. Thank you. That doesn't help your your grade, okay? Accidents happen. A TENS machine. What is that? I have a red light therapy machine. I don't think it can infiltrate that deep though. Opiates, nice. Hell yeah. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Not in my case. But I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Well, evening? No, day. You gotta heal your HP with these. Have you tried getting a new one? A new leg? Ugh, that sounds painful. Coding gives me some messed up dreams. I can see that. I don't really have an adverse effect to it. Awooga? Hey, don't say that to your teacher. I bought an entire bag of morphine. Okay, so that puts your grade up. No, I don't have that. I don't have one of those. No, we want the doctor's appointment to come closer. Yes. Have you consulted Nova? Nova would just cut off my leg. Maybe not. I hope it's not too serious. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I've hurt myself similarly. I've hurt myself like this before. But not to this extent. Have you tried turning your leg on and off? What if I gave you 2 apples? And it takes a couple of days and then it feels better. This one probably probably a little bit worse than last time, but it's fine. Similarly, there we go. I said it. Never mind. Those are 2 apples. Those stairs. I'm not late. No, you're not. We're just saying hi to everyone, and then we'll get on our way. 69,420 apples. Oh hell yeah. I can give you my hip bone if you'd like. No, thank you. Similarly, that's what I'm trying to say, but when I try and say it fast, similarly, doesn't matter. In a similar way. That's another way. Like this before is also a good way of saying it. Should cut off your leg and then try to freeze it so you could have it as a keepsake. Can we eat it? Have a warm bath? Oh god, ugh. I hate baths. I hate baths. No, thank you. I'll just suffer, thanks. I don't think I can lift my leg high enough to get in the bathtub anyway. English strikes once again. It's hard. She don't want bones. The curve is the most cursed location. It's hard, but... Cat lady? Me? No. A nice bubble bath is relaxing though? Absolutely not. I get bored. I just sit there like... waiting to get out. Just like... Pain was very intense from lower back down to left leg. Only got sleep in bathtub because pressure from positioning. I see. Do brooms even have legs? Of course. I think. I start saying it wrong with her. Uh-oh. Sorry. Sorry I'm late. I guess I just have detention with you. No, we haven't started class. No detention necessary. Good try, though. You don't bring in toys. To the bath? No. I also don't like reading in the bath. And if my hands are wet, I don't like to touch my phone. It's a whole thing. Yumi doesn't overthink her existence if baths are boring. No, I do that in the shower. In the bath, I feel like so boring. Peg leg Yumi, stop this. I'm already hobbling around the house. I'm being made fun of. I put an audiobook on. I can't listen to audiobooks because my mind just starts daydreaming and ignoring the audiobook. Bring music, wine, and fruit. Yeah, I don't want to eat the bath. Maybe a pizza. Oh. But a pizza. Where the carton brings that sprouted arms and legs because of the magic. I leave now and come back later when class is half an hour in so that I get detention. No one's getting detention. We have gone detentionless in this class. I know I'm not meant to flirt, but it would be a crime for me not to say you're looking stunning tonight. Oh. Thank you. Are you ready, kids? Yeah, Yumi. Bath pizza? Bath pizza does sound good. I guess bath pizza would be similar to beer shower. I love the glasses on you. Thank you. Audiobooks are weird. I feel like I read too fast for it. Yeah, I'm like, hurry up, get to the good part. But then I zone out, so... This isn't a beach. This is a bathtub. I want detention. No detention. That sit on the edges of bathtubs? Nah. You don't play with rubber duckies? Nope. Soggy pizza? I'm not gonna put the pizza in the bath. Bath pizza makes me think of something I don't want to remember. Like what? Like what? Ah, we get no detention. That's what I like to see. No, because you like detention too much. I know how this goes. If I had you as a teacher, that would be my favorite class in school. Aw, that's so sweet. Australian words and pronunciation in my day-to-day, like starting to say no instead of no. I say no. Does that sound like no? I think it's a very distinct accent that says that. If I had you as a... Oh, I mean, huh? It's a VTuber thing? What is a VTuber thing? Eh? Not being able to English? Not liking bath? Always hurting yourself? What if I get 200 kilometers on the freeway? Will I get detention? That is not in my job description. I'll leave that for the popo. My dog ate my homework. There was no homework. You're fine. You're all trying very hard to get detention, but no detention today. Bath pizza is pizza that falls in the bath, though. A VTuber classic. Ew, no. Bath water pizza is a VTuber classic. No! Do Australians normally drink in the shower? I don't know if they normally drink in the shower, but it's nice sometimes. No? No one? No one else? Just me? just me? Just me? Can I be teacher's pet? No ass kissing. Ow. I moved my leg. Wow. If I had you as a teacher, I think I'd be distracted, but it would be my favorite class. Water? Water. Water. It's water. I have heard you say no before. Cleo! Oh no, Cleo! The soft no. Zach Baggins brought my cursed homework. I hate Zach Baggins. Stupid Zach Baggins thinks he's so cool with all his haunted stuff that no one else can buy. Shower beer. See? I don't drink, so I wouldn't know. Fair. I don't know. I've never had this conversation with other people. I have heard people like to eat oranges in the shower. That's weird. Is it weird? I don't know. I feel like that's weirder than having like a shower beer, you know? No one else? Extra credit? No extra credit. Hope your leg gets better, thank you. We need a bubble wrap you. Even if you bubble wrapped me, I still would have hurt myself taking a step. People eat in the shower? I have heard that. What if I brought Zach Baggins to class? Would that be detention worthy? I would throw him out the window. Shower mangoes? Whoa, now we're talking. Shower mangoes sounds like it would be good. A cold shower in summer with a mango? Oh. That doesn't sound too bad. It's okay to eat oranges in showers, but why? I don't know. I've never thought to myself I need to eat while I'm in the shower, but... Eating in the bathroom at all is strange. Yeah, I guess you're right. Brought Zach Baggins for show and tell. We hate Zach here. We hate Zach here. I know a couple of people in my town that have shower guns. What? Just like a gun for your shower? That's very American. I feel like that's very American. No. Like when Kramer started chopping vegetables while taking showers in order to save water. I don't know. But I have heard that people like to eat oranges in the shower. Bath wine, shower beers, classy cousin. Oh, we call him the evil Zed here. People eat while showering? They do. A shower head? What do you mean? A shower gun in case of home intrusion? Nah, I don't know. I don't know. That feels weird. What can I say? I don't think I would ever need a shower gun. Which implies that you have other guns, but you're like, need my shower gun. I've never taken a shower day in my life. What? How do you bathe? You've never taken a shower a day in your life because you've had the fear of slipping in the shower and injuring yourself? Wouldn't that rust a gun? You're asking the wrong person, lady. Hey, listen here, lady. You're asking the wrong person. Listen, Linda. Who is this Zach you speak of? Never heard of that man. He doesn't exist. Exactly. Fades into existence. Hello, hello. Oh, did someone ask who is Zach? Zach Baggins. He basically owns everything. Have you not seen the movie Psycho? Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. Waterproof box with a small pistol in the back of a toilet. Always be prepared. Even when caught with your pants down? I don't know how I feel about that. I know people hide their guns under their bed. This sounds like a safety risk. Like, I don't know if that's a great idea. May not be efficient, but it works. Shower guns. I missed it. Oh, I was reading something and then it disappeared. Shower guns are kept in waterproof containers. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to agree because I don't know what's going on. Zach Baggins? Stupid Zach Baggins. I thought he died. No? Well, if Yumi hates him, he's dead to me either way. Haven't heard that song in a while. It's a good song. I was thinking about it the last couple of days. You love horror movies. You of all people should understand the need for a shower or a toilet gun. I really don't know. He's a terrible content creator. And they're cheats. And he's a bully. And he owns everything good, which is mostly why I'm upset at him. I try to tell them, but they would just come up with ridiculous scenarios as to why they need it. I think it's weird. I keep a nail gun in the shower. At least that sounds more useful. Don't think too hard about it. Yeah, I probably won't. He has a lot of the cool haunted things. He's hoarding the cool haunted things. Also, he's a bully or something. When you mention Zach? Huh? What do you mean? People are talking about actual guns. I was thinking of water gun. Now that would be fun. Keep a pipe wrench in the bathroom. I keep my wooden plank full of nails in my bathroom. Imagine how differently Scream goes if the lady had a shower gun. Or Psycho. Imagine if that lady had a shower gun. Why would you need a nail gun for porcelain bathroom fixtures? Maybe you have a wooden outdoor one. Okay, I want let's jump in because I need to lie down. My leg is starting to hurt. I need to lie down. Let me get everything here. I took notes again so that I don't get distracted. All right, let me move myself. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho. I'm gonna move the broommates behind me over here. C'est bon. There we go. Are we ready? Bum 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 bum. I see Infernal. Who's Infernal? Inferno. Hi Yumi. Hello, hello. One, you can give me detention. Two, I'll end everything with an ellipsis. Ow! You are standing, no? Now, no, but sitting also hurts. I need to lie down to take the weight off the pressure off my hip. Have you ever seen the YouTuber that all he does is stream himself sitting and smiling for hours? In one stream, a rubber broke in, but seeing him smiling at the camera got creeped out and left. Yeah, I think that was staged. I don't want to break your heart, but I feel like that sounds like it was staged. Okay. Yes. Ready? Nice. We'll watch you behind. I mean, watch you from behind. Très bien. Couldn't sleep, so here I am. That's okay. Maybe this will make you sleepy. What's this new conditioner you're using? Your hair is very soft. Don't touch my hair. If I fail, will I get detention? Well, we'll see what happens when we do the quiz at the end of the year. Should get a bed desk? That is the last thing that I need. Then I would never leave bed. That's a bad idea. Looking busty. Hey! I mean beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shower mangoes would be so cool. Telling us the hard truth. What did I say? If I broke into someone's house and he was just staring and grinning at the computer, I'd also leave. I don't know. I feel like that'd be easy for you to rob him. If I fell for the teacher, would I get detention? I'd probably get fired. There's a quiz. Yes, there is. Relax your leg. I can't. Make it a group project. No, no, no. This is a solo project. Solo project. Should I be taking notes for the quiz? You can go back and watch the videos at the end of the year. And then decide. Okay, let us begin. Ahem. The most haunted locations. Should I be taking notes? No, I think it's fine. All right. Ahem. We shall begin. Let me readjust my leg. We shall begin with the Eastern State Penitentiary. Built in 1829. Location, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Invested in his screen? That's creepy. Do we get an extension? Yes, you do. Al Capone. Yes, Al Capone was housed in this prison. But let me tell you a bit more about this. This prison's actually really interesting. I know this one. Yeah, this one's quite popular. Eastern State Penitentiary was designed to reform prisoners through solitary confinement. It was known as the Pennsylvania system. It was one of the first prisons to use solitary confinement. And they were kept in small windowless cells, and they couldn't really talk to anyone. Obviously, solitary confinement. And they basically just sat there with a Bible, and all they could do is read the Bible and stare at walls. And the way that the prison is set out, it's sort of set out in a wagon wheel layout. So there's a central hub in the middle, and whoever's on guard in that hub can actually see basically the entire, like, all of these, like this thing here, all of these rows. So there was like a row here, a row there, a row there, a row there, all the way around, and the person sitting in the middle could just look down and just monitor everyone, which is kind of cool. Anyway, but it basically, a lot of prisons ended up using similar systems. And then they decided that, you know, solitary confinement was kind of inhumane. But by then it was a little bit too late. A lot of the inmates, because of solitary confinement and, you know, the psychological torture, ended up self-exiting. Self-exiting? We'll say it like that. I don't think YouTube likes it when I say the other way. But yeah, it was a very popular prison. Al Capone was housed here. Al Capone had a very lovely cell, apparently. He just used to pay everyone off. But Al Capone said that he was haunted by the ghost of someone that he had offed, which is kind of interesting. They remove themselves from the census. Yes, that's the way to say that. A panopticon. They exited the game. They rage quit live. They went down the sewer slide. Okay. But yeah, it housed Al Capone and bank robber Willie Sutton. And a lot of investigators and visitors report hearing whispers, footsteps, and the sound of cell doors slamming shut. I feel like prisons in general are rather haunted because a lot of them had the death penalty. At least the ones I visited in Australia have always, well, I've never seen anything. But I can imagine why they would be haunted. Didn't Al Capone die from syphilis? I don't know. That's not part of the prison. I didn't read that in the prison information. I didn't read that in the prison guide. And they've spotted shadowy figures, and some claim to feel an overwhelming sense of dread and sadness near cell block 12, which is known for its violence and misery. Also, that's kind of hilarious if that's how he died. Solitary confinement. From the Valentine's massacre. That's who one of the victims. That's who Al Capone kept seeing in his prison cell. One of the victims from the Valentine massacre. Isn't Australia a huge prison in the beginning? Ow, yeah, kind of, I guess. Mr. Capone. That's not very descriptive. There's a long list, Mr. Capone. And shockingly, this somehow didn't work. How surprising. Yeah, exactly. I know, like, I feel like I know most of these because of Zach Baggins. Al Capone mentioned, hell yeah. Can I watch the streams while taking the test? I mean, I never said it's not open book, so that's up to you. Solitary confinement. Love how humans saw evil criminals and thought depriving them of humanity more than already done was helpful. Yeah, I feel like that would just make you angrier, honestly. Not that it wouldn't. I assume it would work on a very few select people. But for the majority, I don't think that was probably the best way to do it. But solitary confinement's still a thing, right? I guess maybe they have limits on how much. That sounds like a you problem, Al. The Valentine's massacres, that makes a lot of sense now. Do you have the Eastern State Pent chair on this too? The chair? This is just locations, not objects. I know this one because I used to work here. You used to work here? It's still open? What? Yeah, huh? Introverts, I see this as an absolute win. You say that now, but if you're actually put in solitary confinement, it messes you up. Professor Yumi is back. Yes, she is. But they complain when you house the prisoners together, too. What do people want? I mean, there's been some. I mean, we won't talk about the the prison system. That's a long conversation. But in Europe, they've had some successful test prisons that they implement through most of Europe, which is kind of interesting. Ow! Isn't V4Mirai office also haunted too? It is? No one told me. I haven't heard a ghost. I assume that it turned into a museum. That's what I think. Solitary confinement is much more than just not talking to people. It's a lot worse. Yeah, you're basically deprived of everything. From the case, like from the cases I've read about, like even the prison guards don't acknowledge you. They will like push your food through like this little slot. So you can't even see them to have like that human like moment. They just take that away from you. Besides Alias. True. Problem solved? I don't know if that solved the problems. It's haunted by the people who died in Yumi's debut. I'm haunted by them every day. I demand the absolute solitary confinement. No guard, no other prisoner, just me. Generally, being too isolated would eventually cause the brain to start to hallucinate, both sight and sound. Exactly. So yeah, you don't even get like a couple of seconds when they give you your food tray or something. Like that's removed as well, and you start slowly losing your mind. And apparently all they had was a Bible. It was the worst thing he's ever experienced. Exactly. I can imagine how horrible that must have been. I've never heard a ghost. How have you never heard Alias or Rem? No, I meant I've not heard a ghost at those locations. When I've visited haunted locations, I get a creepy feeling, but I've never like heard like a hey Yumi, or like, you know, a ghost thing or something. I've never been touched by a ghost. Not that I want to. Are there haunted places you want to visit? Oh, there's so many. There's so many. We'll go through some of them here. A lot of them are in America and Europe. A lot of them are in Ireland and the UK. But there's a few more in Australia. How do we make this potentially violent person better? Make them go insane. Exactly. Yeah. Not great. Keep a leash on Pomo or she'll add to the ghosts to the academy. Huh? Give me a $5 footlong. Valhalla's nice. We're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Yumi would like to get touched by a ghost, apparently. I didn't say I wanted to. They can't be violent if they're insane. I think that's quite the opposite. Okay, the next is Myrtles Plantation. Listen. Most plantations are haunted. A lot of messed up stuff happened on plantations. So, you know. Yes, we have a couple from Asian countries on this list. Hi Yumi, hi chat, hi mods, hello. Locking them in with all the other violent criminals, second worst thing you can do? Probably. I think a lot of people, I've read that a lot of people that go to prison learn how to be better criminals from other people. Is this the toilet girl's home from Harry Potter? A plantation? Yes, yeesh, a plantation. Wait, this is one I wanted to visit. Plantations are so beautiful. And then you, like, read the history and you're like, ugh, it's been tainted. Haunted plants? Not quite. Little Shop of Horrors in real life. Yeah, exactly. This was built in 1796. It is currently located in St. Francisville, Louisiana. It was built by General David Bradford. The Myrtles Plantation is one of the most well-known haunted houses in the United States. Bradford was a leader in the Whiskey Rebellion. And fled Pennsylvania for Louisiana. The plantation passed through several owners over the years, and lots of tragedies and murders happened. The most famous legend is that Chloe, an enslaved woman, poisoned the family of plantation owner Clark Woodruff and killed his 2 children. In retaliation, she was hung by her fellow enslaved, I'm trying to not get in trouble, by fellow slaves, and they say that her spirit haunts the grounds, which, you know, I'd be salty too. Thank you so much for the rated bucket. Oh, just in time. Hello everyone, welcome in. Thank you. My name is Yumi the Witch. I'm from V4Mirai's 3rd generation Lunalia, and I'm your guide for all things spooky on the internet. Today, we are going through my list of haunted locations. Welcome in. Thank you. Welcome raiders, welcome in. Yes. Go to jail to improve criminal skill. Meet industry leader, gangmaster, white powder provider. I know. Roommate plants. Oh, no. So you gotta reword things. Yeah. Plantations have some shady history, so yeah. Thank you, Deo. Make sure you go check out them. Please. They are amazing and wonderful. Why most haunted places involve plantations? Plantations have a dark history. A lot of them use a lot of slave labor, and they weren't exactly treated well. You know, a lot of innocent people died at these places, and if I was a ghost, yeah, I'd be tied to the land too. I haunt Harada as a demon, snaky sneak. Cute. I'm gonna go to sleep. I stayed up all night. Oh, sleep well. Thank you for stopping by. Dark history? Hell yeah. Dark history. What's that? I've never seen that emote. That's cute. Visitors report seeing Chloe's ghosts. Ooh, often described as a figure in a green turban wandering the property. There are also claims of apparitions of the children she allegedly killed. Seen playing around the house. Guests staying at the plantation have heard mysterious knocking sounds, footsteps, and voices when no one else was present. The grand mirror in the foyer is also said to trap the spirits of the dead, with handprints often appearing on its surface. I might not be able to sleep today. Oh no, it's not scary. Slavery was abolished because of the Industrial Revolution. Not exclusively an American thing either, like some may think. No. I'm just talking about plantations specifically, although also not an American thing. But yes, very dark histories. I've watched a lot of Dead Files, and they've been to a lot of plantations, and the history. When they start going through the history, you're just like, Ew, just burn the plantation down. A lot of these are heritage listed. I don't know how that works in America. I don't know how it works in Australia, but a lot of these are heritage listed, so you can't actually knock them down or destroy them. I think you just have to respect the history and not try and cover it up. A lot of these places try and cover up the dark history by, because they're such beautiful places most of the time, like visually. So they just try and kind of, you know, hide the history, and you're like, I feel like we should talk about it. Should not wishing this with a big mirror at the side of my room? Probably not, no. Oh, it's a Yumi. Hi, hello, hello. Why make it heritage if it's haunted? Well, I don't think that's a determining factor of whether it's haunted or not. But demolishing physical property tends to make hauntings worse, though, not better. Well, no, I don't mean demolish it because it's haunted. Some people want to demolish it because of historical reasons. Anyway. The Winchester House. This is a very popular one. Zach Baggins has been here. There's not only that, but people hear chanting, and this is the home of the voodoo priestess. Oh, that's cool. It's because of the history. I've been here. This is the Winchester House, built in 1886, located at San Jose, California. It is wild. It is wild. You can probably tell from the first photo. The second one, I guess, kind of shows you how big it is. It has 160 rooms. 160 rooms. Stairs go nowhere. Doors open into walls. Sarah Winchester was the wife of William Winchester, who was the heir to the Winchester repeating arms fortune. Is that a house or a palace? Well, they were a very rich family. They just let the lady build what she wants. When I think of Winchester, I think of guns. Well, yeah. So she was part of that family, the gun family, I guess. And her husband William passed away, and her infant daughter passed away, and then Sarah sort of went crazy. She sort of went crazy, and she started speaking to a medium, and the medium was telling her that she needed to keep building, to stop. So Sarah was convinced, I should have written notes about this. Sarah was convinced that the souls of the people that were killed by those guns were coming to the house and like trying to get her. So her idea was that she was trying to build all these extra rooms and stairs and doors and dead ends to confuse the spirits. Postpartum depression. Listen, she lost her daughter and her husband, so you know, probably a lot of depression. And yeah, she basically like kept building non-stop until her death in 1922. It is super interesting. Why the medium? It's always a medium, but I guess she was really spiritual. The Victorian era they were really into spiritualism. They used to do seances a lot just for funsies. I don't know, it's kind of weird. The real Luigi's Mansion. But if spirits are intangible, so would that matter? Maybe she thought she'd get possessed or something. I don't know. Ghost investigations. Ghost Adventures was there too. I watched a doctor about a doctor visiting Sarah Winchester. Yeah, there's a movie called Winchester, I think. That's what the horror movie's called? Not that great. I understand it. An interior designer's nightmare. Listen, she was worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. I mean, those guns were used in wars. They were used in... Let me see what Sarah Winchester net worth today would be. What? Oh. Sorry. I Googled it and it says American reality TV star. And I was like, I don't think she was. Hey. Hello, Yumi. Hello, Sensei. Hello, hello. She was an heiress. Winchester named 5 of her closest employees in her will. Huh. I mean, I don't think I'd want the house, but sure. What would the conversion be? I think it said she was worth $5 million. Oh. 799. Ah, man, I don't know how to read stocks and vintage money. Okay, I don't know. But she was a multi-millionaire, so you know. It worked out. Many believe that Sarah still haunts the house, along with the restless souls she was trying to appease. Visitors and workers hear footsteps, doors slamming shut, disembodied voices. Some people say they actually have seen people walking down the hallways, which is terrifying. But there's so many photos of this, like from this angle or from the front, and they always put like oh, there's someone here, and they circle it. I'm like, how do you know it's just not someone in the house, you know? Wacky like this given the money. $5 million back then would be 167 million today. I don't know if that is converted already or not converted. I don't know. How did inflation work? I'm not sure. I wish that had more info actually. I might look at that after this. Yeah, but I feel like that medium messed her up. She should have gone seen another lady. The Paris Catacombs. I mean, this is cool. Messed up, but kind of cool. Oh, I didn't put the photo of the thing. Someone built a statue of a guy walking through the wall, which would be terrifying. This was established in the 1700s. It's in Paris, France, underneath Paris. Imagine being gaslit by construction workers to continue renovations in your house. Don't think that's what happened. The catacombs, yes. Paris, nothing special about this. She should have visited a large, not a medium. I hate this. The Catacombs. There's homeless people who live there now. That's true. 5 million these days don't make you very rich. No. Oh, that's true. You're right. Have you seen the horror film As Above, So Below? It took place in the Paris Catacombs. I have seen it. The Paris Catacombs were created in the late 18th century when the cemeteries became overcrowded, okay? So they said, hey, anyone got any ideas? And someone was like, hey, what if we take 6 million people that are already dead, obviously. They weren't living, and then put them underground in a network of tunnels and caverns. And everyone was like, that's a great idea. So those tunnels were limestone quarries that were defunct. And they just reused them to house the dead. So it like they go for miles and miles under Paris, and human skulls and bones, and kind of really cool, honestly. Did you like it? I did like it. I've never went to the catacombs. I went to Paris, but I didn't go to the catacombs. I should go. She was worth 20 million, which is about 500 million now. There we go. Isn't that crazy? That's so much money. Digging up and generally disturbing graves always generates good juju. Yeah, that's the thing. How do you know it's not someone in the house? Reminds me of a video where the person thought they were hearing things or getting haunted. Later they found out. No! I heard one about the guy living in the ceiling, and I did not like that. Because I watched a lot of videos about it. I've seen a lot of people, like urban Xing, like exploring them. I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, yeah, wild. We ran out of space. Let's just shove it all underground. People who visit the catacombs report feeling disorientated and overwhelmed. Which, I mean, I feel like that's a standard feeling when it's that big. I just realized what I said. And some claim to have heard the whispers of the dead. Yumi gonna live in our ceiling? No, thank you. I'll just live in your regular house. While others have described a sense of being followed or watched, the atmosphere is eerie, and several people have become lost or disappeared. Bum bum bum. You could have a distant ancestor who could be in there. Probably not, honestly. Yumi can live in a ceiling. Imagine living in someone's ceiling. Yeah, she can't find out. My friend visits that place before. It's like, I don't... You're moving people that are already dead, so I don't know how you could imagine nothing bad is gonna happen from that scenario. Of course it would be. You're disrupting someone's living space. And there is, the photos, I picked these photos, but there's photos of, like, the canals with just mountains of bones. So, yeah, I would probably not feel very safe down there. We live in her ceiling. The catacombs are scary as... I know there's some parts of the catacomb that don't have any dead bodies and skulls. How do they stop people stealing the skulls? Are these places locked off? Not that I would steal a skull, but I feel like, you know... Can we go on a field trip there? Maybe. That's a standard feeling when it's that big. I feel like at that point it should just be cremated. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I can't comment on the death rituals in France in the 1800s, but... well, in the 1700s. Yeah, the ossuary that's decorated with human bones. I imagine the skulls are pretty well stuck in there. Without breaking it? True. The bones are basically just rocks. Yeah, there's so many bones everywhere. I did not expect that. The Paris catacombs are a major level in the game Deus Ex. Yeah, I think Ivan just mentioned that before and I missed it. I like the movie too, but for some reason I liked it more after I finished it than when I did while watching it. Me with most horror films. Magic Broom Bus with Yumi. No way. Cruising down. It looks like a disaster zone. You can get lost in the mess. The Bone Church. Yeah, I did. If I remember, also France used it as an underground base during World War II. Oh, that would make sense. That'd be a good place to hide. People steal it and make decoration. That's what I would imagine. Not that I think you should, but it just would assume. The Lizzie Borden house. This case is... I like this case as a true crime case in general. This is also a very popular location. So this was built in 1845. It's in Fall River at Massachusetts. It was the location of the brutal murders of Andrew and Abby Borden in 1892. They were killed with an axe in their own home. And the only prime suspect was Lizzie Borden. Yeah, I've got a bone osteria for you, lady. What? When we get stuck in a haunted place, would you hold our hands? Of course I would. Lizzie was the daughter of Andrew and Abby, and she went on trial, and it was like a massive media spectacle. Everyone was talking about it. The newspapers. What else did they have? The newspapers. And she was acquitted. She was like the first O.J. Simpson. It was very much... the reason they suspected her is because she was the only one that could have done it. And she was caught burning a dress. And when they said, "Why are you burning that blue dress, Lizzie?" She was like, "Oh, it's covered in paint." And it was the dress she was wearing was the same dress that a neighbor had seen her wearing on the day of the murders. If the acts don't fit, you must acquit. Exactly. And yeah, so the jury basically was like, there's no real evidence that she did this. And she's a woman, and the jury was made up of 12 men, and they were like, no way could a woman do this. A woman could never commit murder, which honestly, how dare you? A woman could totally commit murder. I can hear my bird screaming. But they acquitted her, and nothing happened to her. Whatever. It's a bed and breakfast, actually. I don't know if they're still accepting people to stay in it, but it was on sale. It was being sold in 2017, and I remember looking at the listing and being like, if only I had $700,000 US, I would buy this house. But you can go visit it. And it's basically been preserved exactly the way it looked. So there are some crime scene photos. I didn't include them. I thought that might be too much. But there's a crime scene photo of her father on a couch, lying down with his head. And her mother was found beside the bed, face down on the floor. People visit this location and reenact the death photos, which is wild. It's such a weird... I don't know why this case in particular... I feel like you wouldn't do that anywhere else. But this case in particular, people lie on the same couch and pretend to be dead. They lie on the floor in the bedroom and pretend to be dead. And it's such a weird... I don't know why this place in particular... I saw so many photos. So I don't know why this case in particular is like that. I don't know, maybe it was encouraged by the owner or something. I know there's a part where they reenact the murders, which is also very weird. So I'm assuming whoever owns this place is the one that's like, come on, do it, do it, do it. Pool management money for the V4 share house. But I don't tell anyone it's the Lizzie Borden house. Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. I like that. It's a cute nursery rhyme. It's like they're mocking the dead, right? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with like true crime tourism or anything like that. Some people are interested in it. Like you can go on a tour and see the Dahlia murders and stuff. Like the Dahlia murder location. The Black Dahlia. But this feels a little much, you know? You could tell the cops, no, I didn't do it, and it'd be safe. I feel like because she was a woman, because I know in ye olde days, a lot of people just refused to believe that a woman could commit a crime like that. So a lot of women did get acquitted, or they got much shorter sentences. And it was always like, oh, she killed him because he cheated on her and she couldn't deal with the fact that the love of her life would do that. And they'd be like, she can have 2 years. Those photos are wild. I knew it would be bad, but dang, bro. Yeah, right? It's a lot. It's a lot. You're not a real Victorian era criminal unless you have a creepy nursery rhyme written about you. True. What we should... They never knew, Yumi. Yeah. But anyway, people hear footsteps and voices coming from empty rooms. Some feel cold spots where the murders took place, and guests staying in the house claim to have seen apparitions of Lizzie and her parents. And people say that, well, a lot of the paranormal investigators have said that the room where Abby Borden was killed, one of the bedrooms, you feel like someone's watching you all the time when you walk into that room. That I can't deal with. I hate that feeling of being watched and there's nothing there. It's a really cool one to learn about, Yumi. I mean, it still happens today. True. That is true. But I feel like you're... Yeah, I just thought about the lady that got off after killing her baby. But back then, I feel like it was more so. That kind of explains a lot about you, Yumi. What? Me? What about that one hotel where Marilyn Monroe died? Marilyn Monroe died in her home. One of her homes. But she did used to hang out at the Chateau Marmont a lot. Some people say that her ghost is at the Chateau Marmont because it was one of her favorite hotels. I wanted to go there, and Alias was like, where is that, and why do you want to go there? And I was like, Marilyn Monroe. She did a photo shoot there. It was so pretty. Have you ever watched Crimson Peak? I love that movie. I love that movie. Just give me a big spooky house. Please. Just buy me a big spooky house. That's all I want. You know that soul must be upset if you always feel a presence watching you. Yeah, no joke. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. It was worse back then? Yeah, I think so. I'm not comfy while I learn. Best night day ever? Ah, that's nice. If she's watching, then let her watch. I have no shame to show my beautiful body. That's not the creepy part. The creepy part is they're staring at you. You look like you'd get away with murder, or at least try. No comment. What if the soul isn't upset, just really lonely? Listen, if I was beheaded, I'd be pissed. I would be pissed. Mom is angry? Exactly. It's not even anger, disappointment. This is the Monte Cristo Homestead. It was built in 1885. It's in Junee, New South Wales, Australia. This is considered one of, if not the most haunted location in Australia. I can't figure really out why, but anyway, this was built by some rich settlers. Obviously, this is not a standard house. This is I had money in the 1800s kind of house. Monte Cristo, the book, not quite. Ow, my leg. Yes, it was built by wealthy landowner Christopher Crawley. It's a mansion, and it was the site of a bunch of tragic deaths. And the wife kind of lost her mind. It's an Aussie location. The old trip to Australia. Like the sandwich? The sandwich? Do you mean the cookie? Like the biscuit? I like those. With the icing filling, it's so good. She was super religious, and the Monte Cristo biscuits were haunted. She was super religious, and she never left her house. So after all these deaths happened, she kind of went a little bit crazy. Yeah. A lot of people died there. That's why it's extremely haunted. Yeah, I mean, you could say that about most locations. And a whole bunch of servants died under mysterious circumstances as well. It was very suspicious. If you ask me, I think it was Elizabeth. Just saying. Yeah, all the families that have owned this this Australian mansion. I hate calling it a mansion. It doesn't look like a mansion, but I guess it's an Australian homestead mansion. Homesteads from the 1800s are very creepy. Buy me one. They say that Elizabeth is still at the house. She just refuses to leave. She's still at the house, wandering around upstairs. There's some photos that people have circled of Elizabeth in the house. I don't know. I'm with you. Way too sus. It's way too sus. The common denominator in all of these things is Elizabeth. I'm just saying. People, guests say that they can hear people talking. They hear horse-drawn carriages. They hear things moving around the house. Cold spots, which is normal. Cold spots are everywhere. Oh yeah. They feel like an overwhelming feeling, if that makes sense. Like you just get this overwhelmed feeling. We get to live in the ceiling. Sure, you can live with the forbidden cotton candy. And also, there's a room where Zach has not visited anything in Australia. Thank goodness, knock on wood. There was a room that a maid fell down the stairs to her death. I'm telling you, Lizzie pushed her. Oh wait, her name is Lizzie too. Lizzie pushed her. And apparently that room is extra haunted as well. Zach is banned in Australia. Get lost, bro. Cotton candy. She doesn't like when people move her furniture around. This is a tangent. That is a catalyst for a lot of haunted stuff. There used to be a TV show called The Haunting. Haunted houses, haunted homes. And people were talking about their experiences in homes. And a lot of the activity would get a million times worse when they would start renovations. It was like the ghosts were like, absolutely not. And then they would start like knocking people off of ladders, frying the electrical stuff, like a lot. I slept in Federation era houses. They're pretty creaky and noisy regardless of hauntings. Yeah, a lot of old houses are pretty creaky and croaky. Fell down, huh? That's what I'm saying. I wish my pillow was a cold spot. Same. Peter Griffin falling down the stairs, exactly like that. All right, let us continue. The Chateau de Brézac, built in the 11th century in Brézac, Quincy, France, the tallest castle in France. It has been rebuilt multiple times. There's actually a photo where like all of these things are missing from the top. But this is its current rebuiltedness. There's actually a lot of chateaus you can buy in France for super cheap, but you have to like rebuild them and stuff, which costs a lot of money. Anyway, this is located in the Loire Valley and dates back to the 11th century. Originally, it was built as a fortress, and it was built multiple times. Its most notable renovation occurring in the 15th century. The castle's turbulent history is linked to its strategic importance during conflicts such as the 100 Years' War. However, the most famous event tied to the chateau is the murder of Charlotte de Brézé, the illegitimate daughter of King Charles VII. She was reportedly killed by her husband Jacques de Brézé after being caught in an affair. Since her death, she has been known as the Green Lady. So people say that they see Charlotte all disfigured and stuff in the green dress. And they hear her moaning in the early hours of the morning walking around the house. Middle Ages NTR. Is this place turned into a tourist hotspot? Yeah. So this place is now privately owned. But it has been turned into... it's open for tourists to come visit. Yeah. Affaire Le Gosse. I mean, I feel like an affair in like the 15th century is totally normal, no? Were they not just all banging each other? Purple Lady Doko? Moaning? Yes, they hear moaning. Who needs this many frying pans? And they look copper too. Those are expensive. Me trying to steal a copper frying pan. Fairs sound pretty standard fare for the medieval ages. Right. Speaking of haunted France, the catacombs are scary. We've already done the catacombs. Who knows that NTR exists in the 11th century? I just assumed that they were sharing everything back then. Visitors report seeing the Green Lady. She wanders the halls of the chateau, especially around the tower where she was killed. She's often seen in a green dress. Does she change? The atmosphere in the castle is reported to feel heavy and unsettling, particularly in the areas associated with her murder. Listen, she just wanted to kiss another boy. The illegitimate, like, okay, listen, Charlotte had a rough life. The illegitimate daughter of a king. She gets married to Jacques de Brézé, who I assume is like some sort of French equivalent to a lord. She gets caught having an affair, gets murdered. She had a tough life, okay? Sharing Yumi in the 11th century. Oh my. Arranged marriages do that. Oh, true. I forgot about that. The dude, sure, for a lady, it's a scandal. Escandalo. 100 years of fighting with the English. Calm wife sleeps with another man. Pissed. Courtly love. Yeah. I was like, I swear that was like a thing, and they would just have like people they were known to have affairs with. An affair, I mean. What? Average European intrigue. Just a little bit of murder. Ooh. Yumi gonna steal a haunted pan from a haunted house to cook haunted food. You think that's how I can get haunted? Royal marriages at the time, you're still meant to be loyal. Only the king was really allowed to have a mistress, and even then it wasn't seen in good light. But I swear I read something about the French court and having like people, like if your husband didn't feel like it, he would assign someone to do the work for you. And be like, this is so and so. He will be banging you tonight in place of me. Yumi getting possessed with this one. I'm subscribed to someone who is an ascendant of her. Oh. We trying to get haunted? Hey, listen. No, Yumi, you read about French horny people. The church definitely wouldn't have allowed that. Was France big on Christianity in the 11th century? Is this one of your fantasies, Yumi? Alright, so the next one is the Whaley House. Built in 1857 in San Diego. This is like a central hub in San Diego, I guess. It used to be like a grocery store and like a post office or something. But it was built on the site of a gallows. Okay. And Whaley himself witnessed several hangings there. Shortly after moving in, the Whaley family experienced a series of tragedies, including the death of their infant son and the self-exit of their daughter, Violet. This looks like something from the 1970s. It does, doesn't it? I wonder if I mean the interior looks very 1800s. I guess was this like the San Diego style? Well, okay, so it used to be a general store, right? A courthouse and a theater. So this part reminds me of a general store. It has that general old-timey general store looking, so maybe that's why they like extended it and added more to it, and then it looked like this. Also, this was a courthouse. What? It's one of the oldest surviving structures in the city and is recognized for its Greek Revival architecture. It's the atmosphere definitely felt heavy. Oh, really? Maybe it was renovated? No, there's a black and white photo of this, and it looks pretty much the same. I think they added the porch was restored at some point, but local Mexican architecture. Ah, maybe. Would you live there? Here? I don't know. It doesn't fit my aesthetic. I'm not gonna lie. I've always wanted a Victorian. Like those big, spooky Victorian houses, like in the Addams Family or something. But we don't really have them in Australia, so rip me. When you try to make a bank out of what was clearly built and intended to be a Pizza Hut, yes. There is a lady on TikTok who bought a very old bank and is turning it into, I guess, a wedding reception and also a place to live. It's kind of interesting. Isn't Mexican maxing? Can you take us on a field trip? Why, you want to go to a field trip to everything? What sort of money do you think I have? So many babies die in ghost stories. Very true. A lot of babies die and a lot of women go crazy. So at the Whaley house, people have reported seeing apparitions of Thomas and his wife Anna and their daughter Violet. Ghostly figures in period clothing have been spotted throughout the house, particularly on the staircase. Cold spots, unexplained smells. I had a friend. This is a tangent. I had a friend who stayed with us, and she was a little bit weird. But she was adamant that our house was haunted. Well, she wasn't wrong. But we didn't want to say anything. She wasn't wrong because I had been haunted a lot. And she would say that at night she could smell perfume, and she started accusing us, well, me specifically, of spraying perfume, like sneaking into her room and spraying perfume in the middle of the night. And that's what she was smelling. But I think she was smelling some sort of ghost because it was not me. It was not me. And the sound of heavy footsteps are also common. Some visitors claim to feel an oppressive presence in the house. Hey, Gadzuki said they felt that too. You had a friend? She's no longer with... No, after that, we didn't really talk because she's still adamant to this day that she's told all our other friends as well, that I would sneak into her room, make noises, and spray perfume. You've been haunted? I still am haunted. Why can't we use magic for field trips? That's so true. I didn't think of that. So what's your scent? What do I wear? I wear Black Cherry by Tom Ford. You had a friend? I had a friend. Past tense. I love seeing old architecture. Please let us take you on a date to all of these places someday when you're off the clock. I would love to do a haunted tour. Hi, Professor the Witch. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. You're a little bit late for class, but that's fine. We must earn big money to buy Yumi a French castle, cheaper than Canadian housing. Victorian. No, buy me a spooky Victorian. The dreaded break into your house just to spray perfume in the middle of the night and then leave bandits. I believe in ghosts. So do I. That sounds like a good prank though. Well, I wasn't, and she was adamant. I think she was she came from a very religious family. Is common sign of haunting. Exactly. She came from a very religious family, so I guess, I don't know. I didn't want to tell her the house was haunted. My dad was like, the house is not haunted. Are you crazy? He doesn't believe. He doesn't believe me. Roger the doll. So we're doing haunted locations. We did the dolls and creepy things last week. So you can go check that one if you want to see the haunted objects. But today we're doing haunted locations. Yeah. That sounds like a nice smell. It is. I used to wear Champaca Absolute, but they stopped making it. Okay, next house. location. The Island of the Dolls. I want to go here so bad. I want to go here so bad. A small island in Mexico. The islands... It got its reputation after a man named Don Julian Santana. I had to think about the name because I didn't want to screw it up. That's why I went silent. Hanging dolls on the island's trees in the 1950s. According to legend, Santana found the body of a young girl who had drowned near the island, and he started hearing her ghost. Josh Gates went there. The dude collected so many dolls. Not that place. I heard of this place. So he was saying that he could hear the spirit of the ghost. So he started collecting and hanging dolls for her. Which I don't know if that helped. To appease her spirit. But then he drowned. He died and drowned by drowning in the same spot in 2001. And then they say after he died, the place got like extra creepy. Extra creepy. And now people say that lost souls come here based on like local superstitions and cultural beliefs about the afterlife and spirits. Very creepy, not gonna lie. Very creepy. Feeling a little addicted to dolls. Ew, she wanted monster trucks. I would not want to visit that. I feel like all the dolls are watching me. I want to go. Bro died and drowned by drowning. That's scary. You know what I meant. But yeah, in the same spot too. That's kind of creepy. Visitors to the Island of Dolls have reported hearing the dolls whispering to one another, their eyes moving, strange noises coming from the trees. Some believe that the spirits of the drowned girl and Don Julian now inhabit the island, with the dolls serving as vessels for their restless souls. She didn't really like what he did. Yeah, she was just like, I'm lonely, let's be friends. And he was like, here, have 20,000 dolls tied up by the neck in the weirdest formation. Did I see something about Zach Baggins? Did someone say Zach Baggins? Better not have seen Zach Baggins. And people say, yeah, it's super unsettling. The decaying of dolls. Who owns this island? Can I not just get rid of this? I guess it's a tourist attraction now. Zilch, not gonna happen. Dolls give me I am getting the holy water. Dolls are creepy, but you know. I heard in Mexican culture, if a child dies, the family would hang a doll. Oh, see, that makes sense. Who is Zach Baggins? Zach Baggins owns Ghost Adventure, but Zach Baggins did go there. How dare you? Did he? I have not seen that episode, thankfully. But yes. The Hellfire Club! Okay, we're going to talk about this, but for some reason, in the 17 and 1800s, maybe the 1600s too, a lot of people were into secret societies, and I don't know why. I read about a French one too, and the French one had like tunnels under the city. I read about this years and years ago, so I can't remember what the secret society was called. But they would go like under the tunnels, and then they would kill people, and then they would just have like weird orgies. I don't know. It was weird. They were bored, Yumi? Probably. Zach also went into this. I'm so sick about hearing about Zach. I'm sick of this man. Environmental hazard with that much plastic? Yeah, maybe. Zach Baggins PTSD. He owns everything good. Imagine Haunted in 2020. My favorite Disney song? Hellfire Club? Secret societies were huge in the 17 and 1800s. It was huge. But why? Yumi hates Zach? I hate that man. I'm gonna Zach bag him up and leave him on the island forever. I see people with the shirts that say this all the time. I think the Hellfire Club was used in Stranger Things. Hellfire Club? Yeah, in Stranger Things, that's probably why everyone's wearing the shirt. I don't think it was named after these guys. These guys were not doing shirt-worthy stuff. Supernatural? No, the last season of Stranger Things had the Hellfire Club. Yeah, Hellfire Club is just I think they use it as a general term for like secret club, but I think people are wearing shirts because of Stranger Things, because of Eddie Munson. Keep talking crap about Zach Baggins. Make me more. Hellfire Club is an edgy album as well. Ed Guy album, edgy album as well. Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hellfire. Ah, now it all makes sense. It's short for Order of the Fire of the St. Francis of Wycombe. There you go. Hellfire Club. But yeah, I think the shirts are from Stranger Things because I've started seeing the Stranger Things Hellfire logos. Yeah. Ed Guy, a metal band. I'm not familiar with that band. I still listen to old. I still listen to Atreyu. And Avenged Sevenfold and Bullet for My Valentine. I haven't gone past that. The Hellfire Club on Montpellier Hill in Ireland. That's very French. Hold on. The Hellfire Club in Montpellier Hill in Ireland was built in 1725 as a hunting lodge for William Connolly. Avanstasia's other project? I didn't know that. The French invaded Ireland to make the Hellfire Club. We're French maxing with this one. I see Montpellier, I think of Montpellier. The Hellfire Club. The Hellfire Club. Hellfire Club in Ireland was built in 1725 as a hunting lodge for William Connolly, the Speaker of the Irish House of Commons. However, don't speak about Hellfire. Whatever happens at Hellfire Club, don't speak about it. It became infamous as the meeting place for the Hellfire Club, a group known for engaging in debauchery, black magic, and other occult practices. Spooky. The building's sinister reputation was solidified by stories of devil worship, human sacrifice. It's a really cool building, though, don't you think? And ghostly occurrences tied to the activities of its members. The legends say that the stones used to build the lodge were taken from an ancient burial site, which is probably why it was haunted. Yeah, I don't know why everyone was into secret clubs. The site is said to be haunted by a dark demonic figure who is often described as a large man with cloven hooves. But is he hot, though? Other reports include the ghost of a young woman who was supposedly sacrificed by the club's members. I feel like I watched a movie about this. The eerie atmosphere around the ruined lodge, especially at night, has led to numerous sightings of shadowy figures, strange noises, and cold drafts. Listen, there's not a single window in this thing. Yeah, there's gonna be a cold draft. That's so dumb. Is he hot though? Only Yumi. I'm just saying. An ancient Indian burial site in Ireland. Oh my. I'm very late. Hello Yumi. Hello brewmates. Late to class. Detention. Is it actual devil worship or were they accused of such? Rich people did a whole bunch of weird stuff in general. They probably thought it was like fun. Like a lot of rich people did like occultish stuff just for like the thrill of it. Not because they were actually trying to summon the devil, you know? Debauchery. They didn't have TV, movies, computer games, internet, or VTubers back then. Why did they get to go to detention? Because they came in very late. Debauchery. Detention after school with Yumi. That's not a punishment. Yes, it is. Yumi only cares about what matters. Exactly. Is he hot? Is the demon ghost goat man demon hot? Rich people and occultism go together like peanut butter and chocolate. Exactly. Like, I think they just like the idea. Because isn't there an island? There's like a resort for rich people. And like, politicians go there. Politician cult. And one night, what is it called? Does anyone know what the island is called? Politician cult island. It's not just politicians. It's a bunch of rich people. Bohemian Grove? Is that what it's called? Epstein's Island. Epstein didn't do it. No, wait. Epstein did do it, but he didn't... he didn't off himself in prison. He did very much do it. Whoa. Whoa. He did do it. You thinking of Bohemian Grove? I think that's what I'm thinking of, not an island. I was getting them crossed. Diddy Island. I thought you loved debauchery. Debauchery. Yumi cancelled with this one. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Cut the fun. No. He did do it, but he didn't off himself in prison. There we go. Bohemian Grove. And then one night a year, like when they all meet up, they wear robes and light effigies on fire. Like, that is very cult-like occult behavior. But they do it for funsies. I'm telling you. Ripvod. That's not what I meant. And they do that for funsies. So I'm telling you, rich people just like to... That is Bohemian Grove. Yes, Bohemian Grove. They just do that for funsies. That's very occultish. So that's what I think has probably happened with the Hellfire Club. They were probably doing some silly things. They were probably doing some silly things. And then they were like, they're doing occult stuff. The next one we're talking about is Hoya Baciu Forest. Hoya Baciu Forest in Romania. I've read that this goes into Transylvania. Anyway, we'll see. It's a Burning Man for rich people. Yeah. A giant owl, supposedly Moloch. God forbid a man has hobbies. Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like that's what happened. I feel like that's what happened with the Hellfire Club. They were probably doing weird stuff as well. I'm gonna... Ow. Ow. Hold on. Oh, okay, there we go. They were probably doing the same stuff, and then everyone said they're summoning the devil. Athena is. I don't know. I don't know about this and why they're burning effigies, but when I was a kid, the rich would summon Lucifer for activities. Okay. This is an ancient forest in Romania. Cluj-Napoca. Romania. Known as the Bermuda Triangle of Romania. This is kind of really cool. It became popular in 1968 when a military technician claimed to have photographed a UFO hovering over the forest. You alright? Yes, I shall be fine. I shall be fine. Do you need to go to the doctors? I will go to the doctors next week. If I don't feel better in a couple of days, I'll go check out a doctor. Why do the trees look like that? There's some really cool trees in this forest. My homie Dracula lives there. Why are aliens and ghosts lumped together? Well, the forest is said to be haunted and have aliens. So, hey, maybe all the hauntings have just been aliens. It's UFOs instead of vampires. I've seen this place before. It's a Romance language. Pronunciation would be similar to Italian and or Latin. Okay. I was reading it more like ow, like I would. What are you doing? My dog's doing something. What was I doing it like it was Spanish or something. Since then, numerous reports of paranormal activity ranging from apparitions to mysterious lights have been documented. The forest is named after a local shepherd who apparently one day went into the forest with 200 sheep. I have questions. And then was never seen again. That's who they worship. Oh, the rich people? The rich guys worship Baal Malak? The chief god of the ancient city of Palmyra? I feel like they don't. I feel like they're doing it for funsies. He was for sure trafficking those sheep. I blame the sheep too. Yeah, 200 sheep, right? Sounds like a Kiwi. Must have been a rich person. What's he doing with that many sheep? That's what I was saying. I've not seen, like, what, in the 60s, a herd of sheep being over 200? That's kind of wild. Well, actually, it became popular in 1968. The forest existed before then. Sheep orgy? No. Yeah, basically just for fun. But they like the imagery of occultism. But then they say paganism as well. Those who venture into the forest report feelings of anxiety, nausea, as well as mysterious burns, rashes, 3 scratches appearing on their skin without explanation. That's demonic. That's demonic. Many visitors claim to hear disembodied voices and giggles, while others report seeing glowing orbs of light and full-body apparitions. Electronic devices are known to malfunction, and some people have experienced time lapses or memory loss after spending time in the forest. Ghost sheep? Why would you bring sheep into the forest? I don't know. He's a shepherd. Yeah, but 200 sheep into the forest? What are they eating? Leaves? Sounds like cats to me. Rashes could just be from a variety of flora there, no? Yeah, but the disembodied voices, the 3 scratches, the mysterious burns, the apparitions, the glowing orbs, they're all very demonic leaning. I've always wanted to go to the Bermuda Triangle. Can you do that? Probably not, right? Can we? Bermuda Triangle flights. Bermuda Triangle flights. Never mind. That's just telling me all the flights that have gone missing. Glowing orbs might be cat eyes. That got solved long ago. I know, but I saw it in the Addams Family when I was little, and I was like, I want to go to the Bermuda Triangle. If they're gonna honeymoon at the Bermuda Triangle, I want to go to the Bermuda Triangle. Entered with 200 sheep, returns with 300 sheep. I thought all your sheep were female. Don't say questions you don't want answers to. Ugh. Now it's ghosts, aliens, and demons. Place sounds intense. Exactly. It's just a region with weird magnetic properties that mess with stuff. I know, but I want to go. Don't ruin my dreams. Don't ruin my hopes and dreams. The Al Madam Ghost Town, an abandoned village in the desert. This is in Sharjah, in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. It's an abandoned town in the middle of the desert located in the Emirate of Sharjah. Built in the 1970s or early 1980s, the town was intended to be a residential community, but it was mysteriously abandoned not long after construction. Today, the town's half-buried homes and mosques are slowly being consumed by the encroaching desert sands. There's some really, really cool photography from this, because the houses are like, yeah, like over here, it's basically up against the house. So half the house has just disappeared. This is going to be covered like in ancient Egypt. Oh, you can see the city in the background. Like in ancient Egypt. And then like thousands of years from now, someone is going to come over here and be like, I've discovered something. And then they're going to use this as like a historical thing, even though no one basically lived in it. Anyway. The reasons for its abandonment remain unclear. Although local legends say that field trip? Local legends say that it was because of supernatural forces or the jinn. The spirits from Islamic mythology. The jinn. Not to be confused with the jinn. The jinn. Also, why in the middle of the desert? Kind of wild. Locals and visitors claim that Al Madam is haunted by jinn, mischievous or malevolent spirits that are part of Islamic folklore. Some who have ventured into the abandoned town report hearing voices or footsteps despite the town being empty. Others have experienced strange visions or an overwhelming feeling of being watched, especially around the mosque. The silence and isolation of the desert only amplify the eerie atmosphere. Quickly say your wishes. Sorry, I hurt myself. Genies, jinn, J-I-N-N. My grandpa told me a story about a jinn. He encountered a jinn once. What about alcohol? Jinn. The word genius derived from jinn? Really? I did not know that. That's interesting. Yes, my love. Come here. Let me check. Jinn. Oh, jinn is in English they would be genies. Interesting. That is interesting. Very interesting. D-J-I-N-N. Well, you can also spell it J-I-N-N. But my grandpa was telling me that one night he was, well, super early in the morning. My grandpa was super religious, and he would go to worship in the mornings and in the evenings. And one morning at like 5 a.m., it was dark and he was walking. And then a woman in white stopped him, tried to stop him, and was saying, said his full name and said, "I need you to help me." And he ignored her because he was like, something's not right here. So he just kept walking. And she was like, she was following him and saying stuff to him like, yeah, you know, I need your help and you need to help me. And he ignored her. And then she just like snapped and started cursing him and then disappeared. Like he turned around and she was gone. And I was like, nah. Well, it says, here it says genies or jinns, Jinn, or DJINNN. It's just, I guess, I guess they all relate to the same spirit that resembles humans. Hope everyone has a great stream. Thank you. A side quest. He was the main character and refused the quest. Yeah, he was like, something's not right. A woman in white, like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. The streets are empty. Nah. And because he was religious, he was like, something's up. Something's up, and I've never seen this woman before, and this is a pretty tight-knit community. Who's this lady? Maybe when I visited him, that's where I got my demon from. Who knows? Although my grandpa lived till he was like 100 and something. So, it's Jinn. I like that. Nice. Well done. There are good and evil Jinn. The evil ones are like demons. Yes, exactly. I've heard, yeah, I have so many stories about jinns in particular, especially when I was visiting Morocco. Very interesting. Wood gets bonked, gets possessed. What do you mean? Yeah, gets bonked and gets possessed. They don't have any Japanese locations. Yeah, they haven't spread. Hopefully in the next few years, their quota will increase and they'll move into other countries. Imagine being a future archaeologist, finding a huge site and uncovering a note in an ancient language that says this place has no important historical significance. Nah, that's the problem. I bet you there's no note here. It's gonna get covered and everyone's gonna forget about it. No, I have not watched Ashura yet. I do still want to watch it. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I want to watch that with my mom. Grandpa Broom has good survival instincts. I don't know why specifically, but yeah. Yeah, a lot of I went to a lot of haunted locations in Morocco, actually. A lot of very ancient cities. We went to the mountains, like, I guess past the Atlas Mountains, I guess, just before it starts snowing. And we saw like homes that were like houses that were said to be built by the angels. The angels must have been blind. That were all like falling over and decaying, and they were like, these are super holy places. It was very creepy, very creepy. Oh my gosh. Also, oh my god, this is another side story, but there's like this okay, there's still plenty of ancient Rome buried still. Yeah, I can imagine. The angels went to Morocco and they built mud huts apparently in the mountains. There was this, one of the locals was like, there's I guess like a well that's supposed to heal you or something, and disrespecting the angels and their architecture. Well, it was so funny because my mom was super like, she was super into it and was like, wow. And me and my dad just looked at each other when we saw what it looked like. We just looked at each other and my dad's like, wow, they must have been blind, huh? We both felt it at the exact same moment. We were just like, yeah, a well of well-being, yeah. And I was quite young, I remember this, and they went to take me into like the well, but it wasn't even a well. I guess they like dug into the well and it was like I guess like a bathhouse, but the entire thing was painted black. The entire thing was painted black and the water was black. And I walked in and I just had this feeling that something wasn't right, and I ran out of there. And the lady grabbed me that was working there. She grabbed me and she's like, no, you have to go back in. Now that you've run out and been scared, you're probably, something's attached itself to you. So she shoves me back in there. I'm screaming and crying because it's scary as fuck in there. The water is black. The walls are black. All you can hear is like this dripping of the water, and she's holding me and making me look into this black room with the water, and I was screaming and crying, and then finally my parents intervened and were like, get your hands off her. Might be an issue of water quality. But why did they paint all the walls black? Why would you do that? The walls and ceiling were all black. It was very scary. Also, we went to another place which was not scary. That was like a healing well. And it was, people go there and just like pull out their, you know, you've got a massive cut or something, you just dip it in the water, and everyone's swimming in this water. And I was like, I think I'm okay, thank you. They only had black plate. Dude, it was so scary. Someone already joke about your bedroom. What about my bedroom? It sounds like a horror movie. Oh, I think about it every once in a while and I panic. I get this anxiety feeling. You got scarred for life. Yeah, I did, 100%. Anytime I see dark water, I think of that exact moment. That pulling your hand was a djinn. Stop that. Stop that. Maybe it was clear. Maybe it was clear and the floor was painted black. I don't know. Interior decorate. Listen, there was no interior decorating here. The place was lopsided and all black. Had her own Sixth Sense scene. Wow. Sixth Sense scene? What happened to Sixth Sense? It's been a while. But I have been terrified ever since. Like, I don't like thinking about it. Because it was not, I've never had that feeling. I've had a lot of experiences with demons and stuff, but I've not had that feeling. Like my heart, like it felt like someone was squeezing my heart, my stomach dropped, and I just ran. And then she was like, not on my watch. Houska Castle, built in the 13th century at Baciu in the Czech Republic. Isn't this pretty? I thought this was pretty. It's actually on the side of a mountain. I was trying to get a photo where you could actually see the castle because, whoops. Most of the photos are from really far away so you can see the mountain, but you can't see the castle. The scene where the boys locked in the attic with an angry ghost? I don't remember that scene. You probably got a curse from that and that's why you hurt your leg. Something that happened like 20 years ago. Jinn, Genie. Whoop. I missed the message. I'm trying to get it. Jinn, Genie, Ifrit, Marid are all similar beings depending on what the source is. Ifrit linked to fire, Marids to water. Oh. I imagine that it was horribly lit. There was no lights in there. There was no lights in there. The most haunted location in the world, Yumi's bedroom. Tumbleweeds and ghosts. When they are still young? Yeah. I've been through so much stuff. Yumi, I believe squeezing feeling is called a heart attack. I was too young for a heart attack, I think. Maybe because you're too attached to demons so the holy water hurts you. Jeez, do you think that was holy power? Maybe. There was an old lady once in the markets that shouted that I was possessed. But you know, you live and you learn. Yumi needs an exorcism? No, thank you. No, thank you. I like the voices. Jinn are equivalent to the Greek daimon. Ah, which became the word for demon. That's cool. I like that. How old were you? I must have been like 11, 12. No, I would have been younger. Maybe like 10. And it was just the worst feeling in the world. Sounds pretty lit, spookily hot. Yumi's bedroom worth the curse that comes with it. Yumi probably grew up in the Covenant Mansion from the Clive Barker game Undying. Stop this. Don't get an exorcism. We don't want you to disappear. Damn, so that was 88 years ago? Yeah, it's been a while. Heart attacks can happen to anyone. Only they become more prevalent when you're older. Yumi says there's ghosts in her bedroom, so I gotta ask, how'd she get Alias into her bedroom? Listen, demons are forever. Demons are a girl's best friend. I think sometimes people misinterpret spirits in a religious sense that, well, is truly messed up. Demon, a girl's best friend. Yeah. Truly my best friend. Okay, let's look at this. Yumi's attractive, all the spirits can't keep away. That's probably not why. Ow! This was built in the 13th century. It's located in a remote part of the Czech Republic and has been long associated with dark legends. According to folklore, the castle was constructed to seal a gateway to hell. I love this, and I feel like there's so many movies that use this premise, but we'll talk about that. The stories claim that the castle was built over a bottomless pit from which demonic creatures and spirits emerged at night to terrorize the countryside. I should have gotten a picture of the well. I'll get you a picture of the well. The chapel of Houska Castle was supposedly placed directly over this pit to contain the evil within. Does this not remind you of the plot for The Nun? Or, what's the other one? The one with Russell Crowe in it. Russell Crowe, the recent one. The one that was kind of funny, but also a horror film. Based on true stories. Do you know the one I'm talking about? But this is the plot to The Nun, too. Maybe the ghosts know how clumsy she is, so she can be watched over. I would do the rules of 3, but I only know 2 diamond sayings. What else is there? Actually, I don't know. This is the plot of Hell House. Oh, true. Is it? Hell House LLC? Hell House LLC. Is that not a carnival? Am I getting my movies mixed up again? Halloween Haunted House creators? Yeah. I need to rewatch Hell House. I can't remember. Hell House LLC was good. It was good. The Pope's Exorcist. Thank you. It's a common trope, and I feel like this is probably a good start. But let me grab you the well. Houska Castle well. Well, it's not a well, it's a pit. But there's a string, so it's not. There's a string in all the photos, which makes me think it's not bottomless. There we go. Now you can see it. The hellhole. Yeah. Very cool idea for a setting. Needs to be a video game. Is it not already? I would assume so. It was a found footage film about a haunted house. One of the best found footage movies. The Keep. Yeah, I feel like this is used a lot in horror films. Rem just comes crawling out. Rem would. Evil mannequin. That's... I don't know what the evil mannequin is, but I have an evil mannequin. Okay, overwhelming sense of dread indeed. Can we test if it's bottomless? I guess we can chuck one of the broommates down and they can give us... they can let us know. No? Oh wow, the well isn't really bottomless, Yumi. That's some good debunking there. Thank you. Thank you. A hole of opportunity. A hole of opportunity to throw someone in. The story claims that the castle was built over a bottomless pit, from which demonic creatures and spirits emerged at night. That part is terrifying to me. There's just a pit in the middle of the city where they're all crawling out, and they were like, how do we fix this? Let's build a church on top. I volunteer. Oi, you got a license to look into this well? Isn't that just Yumi's room? The bottomless pits of hell? Yes. It was built during the reign of Ottokar II of Bohemia. Ah, thank you, Anime Craft. Thank you, thank you. As a Gothic fortress. Ow. It never really had a defensive purpose. It really... Okay, so basically they built this and there was no benefit for building it. So, you know, you would build a fortress or a castle for a reason back in the day. Trading, military strongholds, defensive, strategic. There was no reason. That one fortress where the cannons point in. So they don't really, like, know why they did that. And that added to like the spooky thing. So they were like, well, the only reason they could have built that was because they were trying to hold the devil in. Visitors to the castle report a range of paranormal phenomena, including strange noises, apparitions, and cold spots. It's always cold spots. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures emerging from the floor near the entrance to hell. The most infamous specter is that of a half-human, half-animal creature said to crawl out of the pit at night. Other report being overwhelmed by a sense of dread and fear while inside the castle, especially in the chapel. They just felt a little bit silly. Hell reason, corpse pit. Oh, that'd be such a good place to dump corpses. Oh yeah, have heard this story. Japan also has their own version of this called Himuro Mansion. Have you heard of this place? I have not. I will look it up. Kinky. Ironic how the entrance to hell has a cold spot. Furries. Furries. Demons. Okay, that was our main one. So these are my honorable mentions. The Villisca Axe Murder House. They actually put a better sign up because this sign is a bit distasteful with the blood dripping, don't you think? It was built in 1868. It's the site of an unsolved murder. On June 10th, 1912, 8 people, including 6 children, were brutally murdered in the home with an axe. The victims were the Moore family and 2 guests. Despite several suspects and theories, the case remained unsolved. The small town of Villisca was rocked by the murders. The last circle of hell is ironically cold, though, is it? I'll get my sweater. So many of these are in the US. Yes. Some of the others were like the London Tower. Yeah, I tried to pick ones that maybe they are all quite popular now that I think of it. But they're ones that I was interested in that maybe aren't completely mainstream, you know? The Amityville House! I didn't include the Amityville House! Whoops. Anyway. Maybe they did it? Well, they're all dead, so... What to do when your house is haunted? Make it a tourist spot. Are you saying I should open a bed and breakfast in my house? Where the murders happened? It was really brutal. I was the chair. Which place would you like to live in? From here? I think the Amityville House. You know, this window is what reminded me of the Amityville House. because the Amityville House had that curved window. And I was like, wait a minute. This is over here. And it just reminded me. Get that money. Something for next year. Does it have the original bloodstains? No. They knocked down the original like halfway house where it happened, and they built like 4 houses on top of it. The food is to die for. It's laced with arsenic. The house is considered one of the most haunted locations in the US. I feel like everyone says that. People hear children's laughter, disembodied voices, and shadowy figures. Objects move on their own, and EVP recordings often capture chilling whispers. Many people who spend the night in the house report experiencing nightmares and an overwhelming sense of dread. Yummy. You're welcome. Is it always an axe involved in these murder houses? Well, I guess, what, I guess it's the 1900s. Yeah, maybe they should have moved on from axes. But the Lizzie one was in the 1700s, so I get the axe one for Lizzie. Lizzie and Pearl. Was Pearl based on Lizzie Borden? Maybe. Christina Ricci is in a Lizzie Borden movie, TV show. Your house used to be a halfway house. Well, it was like a hotel motel halfway house, like, you know, in the 1800s. We'll talk about this when Lunalia comes on, and I'll tell them the story. Easier to get an axe than a sword or a gun. Very true. Red Letter Media visited there recently, did some ghost hunting. Is it really haunted? The First World War hadn't happened yet, so guns weren't the fad. They weren't in trend. If you were gonna kill someone, you have to use an axe. Always a cold spot, always uneasy feelings. Okay, so the thing with uneasy feelings, nightmares, cold spots, I feel like uneasy feelings and cold and nightmares, I mean, you know you're in a haunted location. They've just told you about the murders. It's gonna mess with your dreams, you know? Axes were more demure. So I feel like we can probably get rid of the sense of dread and nightmare part, you know? Like, you know what happens when you visit. It's not like you visit... If you visited this location without knowing what it was and you were like, I have a weird feeling, maybe. But if you know that 8 people were murdered here, and then you were like, I don't know, it feels weird here. Like, yeah, I would guess so. The trend was sending people on death cruises into icebergs. Oh no. We where are the people died and the atmosphere was really heavy. Yeah, exactly. If I moved in and the estate agent told me someone got killed in the house, I'd feel uneasy too. Exactly. You can ask a question before the act, but you can't sword right off the bat. So, yeah, I don't know if I believe those two options that they have. We're singing the Titanic with this one. I mean, realistically, almost all of it can be attributed to you're seeing these things because you're expecting to after hearing what happened here. Exactly. I agree. This is the old Changi Hospital, built in 1935. This is in Singapore. It was used as a British military hospital during World War II. The hospital was used by the Japanese military as a prisoner of war camp and torture facility, where many Allied soldiers and locals were subjected to brutal treatment. After the war, it continued as a hospital until it was closed in 1997. The dark history of torture and death that took place within its walls is probably why they have all these haunting things. I mean, obviously, torture. It's still visited by thrill seekers and ghost hunters. 1930s East Asia and World War II. Oh no, exactly. I don't mess with those summoning circles. Well, someone put it down. I don't know if it's like kids or something. Visitors to the hospital report seeing ghostly apparitions of soldiers and nurses, as well as hearing screams and footsteps echoing through the empty halls. Some have felt cold spots or a sudden sense of dread while exploring the hospital's rooms. The most famous ghost associated with the site is that of a young boy whose figures has reportedly been seen wandering the corridors. Why is there a pentagram? I'm assuming someone painted it on. It's either kids thinking they're funny or a bunch of teenage goths like, let's go summon the devil, bruh. This is a big no thank you, not worth going there. I wouldn't mind. I've been to the Asylum in South Australia. What is it called? The Asylum that shut down. Asylum, South Australia. Tour. They call it the Z Ward, but it's not. Oh, there we go. Parkside Lunatic Asylum. That was creepy. Also, I've been in the basement of the Royal Adelaide Hospital, the original one. And they still have, like, all the equipment down there. It was very spooky, and I didn't like it. I made the security guard stay with me. But they had, like, the hydrotherapy room was still there. They had chairs everywhere. It was creepy. Don't go underneath the hospital. Very spooky. I watched a movie about this hospital. This one? Oh, I didn't know there was a movie. That would be actually super interesting to watch. Christmas Island? Not Christmas Island. Christmas Island is not an asylum. It's a detention center. I remember seeing one place where the guy's body was buried facing away from the sky and towards a wall, so even in death he'd never see the sun. That's so fucked up. I don't know. I think Pentagram does wonders with the aesthetics. It really adds to the ambiance. Haunted hospitals, I'll pass on that. The hospital isn't very demure. That circle looks like a 5 out of 10. So, yeah, we will do it. I think after Halloween, we'll do a dark history about asylums. I do really want to talk about asylums. Not so much hospitals, but asylums I think are super interesting. And they have a really, really messed up history. Especially like, what? There was a hospital in the US. They were trying to, they were trying to dig something to do something. And they found a whole bunch of bodies. Have we talked about Alcatraz yet? No, Alcatraz is not included in this one. That's a good one. I should have included that too. Ah, damn, I missed a really good handful of them. VHS. Yeah, I have seen that, yeah. If we go to the asylum. Yeah, they found a whole bunch of bodies under the hospital. And they found that where they built the hospital used to be an asylum. And in asylums, a lot of people were there involuntarily, didn't have family and stuff. So when they would die, they would just bury them in unmarked graves. So yeah, they were trying to dig the ground up to do something, and they were just finding all these bodies, which is terrifying. Date in an asylum? That sounds like a Nova thing, I'm not gonna lie. Visiting my wife at the asylum. I've been to Alcatraz. That would be cool. Is the Conjuring House on here? Is that too well known? Yeah, I didn't include the Conjuring House. on here. Yeah, I guess we could, honestly, I could have done a whole stream on just the like the Warrens like haunted locations, like the British one, the other two houses. Yes. Next, the Bell Witch Cave. It dates back to the early 1800s. It's in Adams, Tennessee. The legend of the Bell Witch began in the early 19th century when the Bell family of Tennessee was allegedly tormented by a malevolent spirit. The entity, which came to be known as the Bell Witch, reportedly engaged in physical attacks, poltergeist-like activity, and eerie voice phenomena. The haunting became so famous that even future President Andrew Jackson is said to have visited the Bell home to witness the supernatural events. The Blair Witch? No, the Bell Witch. Have you met the Bell Witch? She's my cousin. Did you do the sewer slide outside in Japan? No, I was going to, but then I thought, I should skip that. That feels a bit insensitive. Yeah, there's a good movie about that. I think it's called The Forest. Is it called The Forest? That was a good movie. Another one of Yumi's cousins. You know me. Aunts and cousins. Is she single? No, she's happily in a relationship with a warlock. The cave on their property is believed to be the source of the witch's power. So that's why they think that. Is the warlock single? It should have been me. No. How would you rate her? 8 out of 10. One of my favorite cousins. Too bad. You all have... You know what? It makes sense. It makes sense. I asked if a demon was single. It makes sense that you would ask me if a killer witch was single. This is why the broommates are the best. Visitors to the cave and the surrounding area report hearing voices, footsteps, and seeing shadowy figures. Many people feel an oppressive presence in the cave. You know how I feel about oppressive presences. And some claim to have been physically touched. Oh. Or scratched by an unseen force. The legend of the Bell Witch still looms large over Adams, Tennessee, making the cave a hotspot for paranormal activity. Chat reflex streamer. Is the warlock's mom single? I don't know. Next time I visit my cousin, I will ask for you. Yumi is a tree? Wait, what did I miss? Does your cousin have any other witch siblings? Are they single? How many cousins do you have? A couple of hundred. It's kind of like, have you watched Twilight? It's kind of like in Twilight how all the vampires are technically related because they're bonded by being vampires. It's the same with witches. We're all related by being witches. Can she scratch my back? I can't reach it. Bell Witch has a nice ring to it. It does. Yumi is 100 out of 10. Thank you. Thank you. This feels like a good place to visit for some reason now. It looks really cool. I would love to. Oh man, that would be so cool. Do you think one day if I get married, I could con whoever I marry into going on just a ghost tour honeymoon? Probably not. But that sounds like fun, right? Can I become a witches? Sure, why not? I volunteer for that, probably, maybe. Sign me in. Marry us, then you don't even need to con. True. This is true. Yumi, what? And then if he suspiciously passed away, I can blame the demons. A ghost tour honeymoon? It sounds awesome, right? Haunted wedding? Oh. Let's go right now. So Yumi's family tree is a long line of arsonists, pirates, demons, witches, and so on. Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Roommates, we know what to do now. Sure, blame the demon. Just saying, if accident happens, it's probably the demon. Woo! Make sure to book 2 return tickets from the honeymoon. That's right. You know, I was thinking about that the other day. Because I said the same thing to my mom, and she was like, I don't know. And I was like, why? Why would you not think? You have to get 2 return tickets if you're gonna murder someone overseas. And then you can be like, can I refund a ticket? And they're like, no, only under special circumstances. And you're like, my partner has died. Hey demon, hey demon, it's me. Yeah, boy. You, Mr. Demon, are you lonely down here? I'd write a note so that it would be easier. Where the bell tolls. Yeah. Okay, this one is one of my favorite ones. It's the Beechworth Lunatic Asylum in Victoria, Australia. It was opened in 1867. The asylum was one of the largest facilities in Australia, and it housed thousands of patients. Can't be stingy when trying to cover up a murder. Exactly. People are just lazy. Also, okay. Oh, sorry. Side note. Before we read this, side note. Hello. Side note. This is. Do not get a life insurance policy a few days before the murder. It's very suspicious. Don't do that. People do that all the time. Why do they do that? Don't do that. Get it before. Like years before. You gotta plan in advance. Like that guy that brought his girlfriend to Australia. His wife to Australia. And then messed around with her scuba gear so she could die. So that he would get her insurance money. But then they were like, it's a bit sussy that you took out life insurance without her knowing right before the trip. No one else thinks that's weird? Okay, that's my PSA. That was my PSA. Don't get life insurance before the murder. People want to be murdered but don't even do long-term planning. I know. If you're gonna do manslaughter, that's different. But if it's premeditated, put in the work. What did Kim Kardashian say? It's like no one wants to work anymore. Get off your lazy ass and do some fucking work. Australia started as a prison island? Yes, it did. Fools, each and every one of them. Exactly. Are you speaking from experience? I'm speaking from what I've seen happen. Idiocy? Exactly. Rookie mistake. True. True. Befriending a demon and taking them to the nail salon or something? That would be funny. There's a sweet spot. You gotta take long enough to not be sus, but not too long that you get attached. Exactly. You gotta find that spot. I feel like the Brewmates and I have already reached the attachment spot. So now I can't sacrifice anyone for life insurance. I keep trying to say private health insurance. Oh, the things we learn with Yumi are beloved. Listen, I may just be an anime girl, but I'm here to teach you how to get away with murder. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. We're safe based. Ah, yes, the G spot. Yumi on that second pic, is that a ghost? Let me see. Let me check. Is that a... No, that's a doll. But there is pictures of this place with like people in the window, and I'm like, that could just be a person. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Yes, so they had thousands of patients over the 128 years it was in operation, and it was the site of numerous controversial treatments and harsh conditions. It's an asylum, of course. Hundreds of patients died here, and they were buried in unmarked graves. The asylum was closed in 1995. Crazy. Same with the Parkside Asylum. That was closed like pretty recently. And a lot of people that were here against their will. Yeah. Against their will. Yeah. That's the concerning thing. Visitors and staff report seeing ghostly apparitions of former patients and nurses. One of the most common side experiences is that of Matron Sharp, who is said to appear in her old office. Others claim to have heard voices, footsteps, and unexplained sounds throughout the asylum. The atmosphere of the asylum's abandoned hallways is often described as oppressive. Of course it's oppressive, meh. Adding to its reputation as one of Australia's most haunted locations. So it's Arkham Asylum, basically. Basically, yes. Where you sent the crazies to? Asylums are scary? Yes, they are. Severe medical malpractice. Well, yeah, most asylums, especially, what, the 16, 17, 1800s were just all... I mean, they thought women were crazy based on the moon, so... you know... Me... Yes. Over here? Yeah, that's good. I mean, I know the Brewmates are over here, but I like you being over here. Don't ask me why. Okay! I just like to see you over here, okay? That's where I like you. It's Finn! It's Finn! Oh, my leg. Women aren't crazy. Well, they are, but, you know. Okay, women are crazy. But Def sounds like Batman. Oh, my back. Oh. I like women crazy. The moon is crazy. Yeah, they said that. Women are crazy based on the cycle of the moon. Which, you know, I understand. Roommates would be top left. Women aren't crazy because of the moon. They're just always crazy. Women aren't crazy because of the moon. They're just crazy. I mean, honestly, fair. To be fair, Asylum is still relatively recent developments. I guess so. I guess they were just put in prison before, right? Like jails and prisons. Yumi's gonna finish before midnight. Hey, my Dark History streams aren't that long. I feel like my Dark History streams are like normal length. I mean, there's a villain who decided to splash condiments on people for shits and giggles. Huh? What are you talking about? It was because of the menstrual cycle. Yeah, the lunar. Yeah, that's why they say the cycle of the moon. Because, you know, monthly. They're very short streams for Yumi standards. Exactly. Zerum, thank you for being a brewmate. Hey, Yumi, it's been 4 months since this chapter of my life has started, and I couldn't be more happy. Thank you, Yumi, for everything. Stop. Ah! Don't look! My boobs fell out of my top again. In Batman, there's a villain called the Condiment King. Ah, I didn't know that. I always felt odd when you stream less than 4 hours. Yumi pads her chest. Shh! Don't tell everyone my secret. Clip it. Don't clip my fake. The transformation magic wore off. Can we see? See what? I forgot to put my poopa on today. I like that. Escandalo. Did you buy those from the organic section? Stop this. She stole those booba from someone else. Dramatubers rev up those engines and made the best woman win. You don't need to suffer from back pain. I've solved all my issues. I once saw a study that made the point that it's only during menstruation that women are as hormonal as men always are. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. So what you're saying is that we should rule countries? I wouldn't do that. Me being petty with another country. Yumi's that zombie chick from Monster Musume? I don't watch that much anime anymore, to be completely honest. I am still an old lady anime enjoyer. They originally belonged to Nova. Yeah, pretty much. We're just all crazy. True. Well, now you are the anime. Hag love, listen, I watch Kijo a lot. But I still watch Sailor Moon. I still watch Sailor Moon and Prison School. Don't ask. Yumi's technically flat. No, shh. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone that you saw my flat chest. Sailor Moon is base. Nova donated it to her. Nova is secretly large. She just makes herself look flat. 4 months, 4 amazing months of all this. You have Lunalia. Have all truly changed my life. Aww. I'm typing this with happy tears. Thank you, Yumi, for everything. Stop this. Prison school, huh? Checks out. I mean, yeah, honestly. Prison school enjoyer. Keep going, Yumi. Don't worry. It's not a bug. It's a feature. That would be a yes. Don't worry about it. Patted Yumi. That wasn't Yumi. That was Yuri. Trust. It's been Yuri all along. Yumi patted. Yumi of all people would just use magic to increase her bust size, but I guess she went for low-tech solution. I went for the old school balloons full of water. Age of 98 starting to betray her. That would be funny. But I feel like we need to see Nova with Big Booba. Has anyone done fan art of Nova with just massive, just huge? They finally started sagging. Stop that! No. They're as perky as ever. Yes, I'm gonna go through her art tag after this. I want to check. I agree. Make it happen. They have. I'm gonna go back and look through it. All booba are just balloons anyway, just filled with men's hopes and dreams. Rats have different priorities. That's true. I'll be the judge of that. What do you mean? Dan? No, I haven't. In fact, apply that to all VTubers and characters in general, and pretty much women in general. Proof of perkiness. That counts, right? That counts. Now that I think about it, water balloons would explain the physics and why your shirt looks a little stained right now. Don't look too closely at it. What do you mean? I forgot the question. Can you repeat the question? I have a tie. Hold on. I have a tie. See, I have a tie. I think you can see the brr. Never mind. Hey, don't be dirty. Don't be dirty towards your teacher. Don't forget, I'm your teacher right now. Not allowed to hit on your teacher. It's illegal. Okay. I need to go lie down because my leg is hurting me. I haven't finished the schedule for next week. I mean, I have it. I just haven't put it down. I do have... what are they called? Contractors? Contractors are coming tomorrow to install my air conditioner. So I won't have time to like prep like a proper stream. Like a proper stream. So we can either play Silent Hill or we can have a Zatsu. But it would be a regular Zatsu because I have to leave my room while they install everything, so so I'm not able to be here. But I will figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow, and I will get my schedule done tonight. And we have members watch along this week, and I will put the movie up for that. It'll be another spooky movie, and then at the end of this week, we have a Scion 7 Days to Die collab this week. We have we have some Halloween Lego building. I haven't finished my Lego building. I wanted to finish that before we start 13 Days of Yumi Ween, which we'll be announcing this weekend. And I think this week my cover song comes out. We've got so much happening this week. Oh, we've got so much happening. So I will get the schedule up, but it's gonna be a good week, I promise. It's gonna be a good week. It's gonna be a good night. I think. I don't know. Is there anyone online? I don't think there's anyone online. No one. Literally no one is online. What the? Who wants to watch Elvira? Or Pee Wee Herman? Just kidding. Farscape by Jim Henson? Elvira. We're just gonna rate Elvira because I love Elvira. Thank you, Mistress Yumi, for our spooky season's blessings. No, thank you. Yumi Ween made me giggle like a child. Thanks for streaming me. Can't wait to see you next week. Yes. I'm super excited. You should do a Halloween costume reveal. I will have a Halloween costume, and you will see it soon. Not right now. Soon. I might have a couple. Ooh. Glad you found the missing piece. I did find it. I put it on the thing. But thank you so much much. I hope you have a lovely day or night. Be good. Stay safe. Did I miss class? You missed the entire class. Be good. Stay safe. Don't do anything I would do. I will see you tomorrow. An unpleasant dream. I love you. Bye.